Hey folks, this is Jeff of SimSamurai.net. This is a little demonstration video for the CS-1 Stallion. Basically, if you've purchased the DIY blueprints, hopefully this is what you'll turn out with once you've had time to complete your own unit. But basically, I just want to shoot a little video that kind of shows you some proportions and how everything feels once it's completed. Basically, right now, the whole CS-1 is approximately 18 inches off the floor because I'd built some custom rolling carts to move these in and out of my garage. But you can actually raise this up yourself off the ground if you want to, using either milk crates or something like 5-gallon buckets from any home improvement center like Home Depot. You can, of course, put it flat on the floor if you want, but raising it up actually gives you more of a realistic feel like you would in a real Cessna, simply because most every general aviation aircraft you get into is approximately 3 or 4 feet off the ground, and so you actually climb up into the unit rather than sit down in it like you would a car. So if you can get it up off the ground a little bit, feel free to do so. It'll just give you a little bit more of a realistic feel. But anyway, as you can see, these have side doors, and each side door you can fit additional monitors in the sides if you want side views. It's built to have wraparound panoramic views with 5 monitors, much like the HX1 Habu is. So if you want panoramic viewing, you can install a lot of monitors in this one too. So let me get inside the unit and we'll talk some more about it. I also installed some custom-made door handles or hinges that open and close just like they do in a real Cessna. So I will get in now and close the door. There we have it. Basically, these dimensions I based off of a real Cessna 172. I went out to my local flight club, spent about 2 hours taking a lot of precise measurements in that aircraft. And so the dimensions of the CS-1 in the interior, I would say, are within about 98% accuracy of a real Cessna. I had to make a few small modifications here and there just because it's a flight simulator and because of how a yoke is positioned in a real Cessna. You kind of have to find a happy medium for placement of that. But I think I've really achieved what I would consider to be a great design if you're looking at wanting to build a 2-seat general aviation aircraft that can be used for realistic flight training. Again, something that's modeled after either Pipers, Cessnas, Beechcrafts, 2-seaters, 4-seaters, and so on. This is the one you want. Again, you can see right here I've got enough room for another pilot, and it's actually just a hair wider than a real Cessna. So if you've ever flown in a real Cessna, you will know how cramped they are. You'll appreciate the little bit of extra width and breathing room, for your home sim. This is an instrument panel that's going to a customer, as is the whole unit, but this is the instrument panel that he purchased, and it's got some unique features. It's got big cutouts for widescreen LCDs. This is for a 15-inch LCD for the co-pilot for the Sacred 6 instruments. Could also be used to undock and put your GPS over here if you want. This is for a full avionics stack from GoFlight Avionics. This is for the GoFlight EFIS unit, and this is for the GoFlight 737 style autopilot unit, or MCP mode control panel. What's unique about this, obviously, then, being that this is supposed to be a Cessna, having a panel with some unique features like that allows you to also fly the heavies if you want. You can use this for flying anything you want, 737, regional jet, what have you. So, with a LCD screen, you can obviously change out aircraft and panels like you normally would, and it just doesn't limit you to one aircraft. And that's obviously one of my main philosophies behind SimSamurai.net is having things both flexible and modular. What you see up here and where this stuff is blacked out is the LCD bonnet, and that's included in DIY plans. It's an optional enclosure that actually lifts off and on to the front of the cockpit without having to remove any of the walls, but allows this unit to be either used with an overhead projector or up to 3 27-inch LCDs inside the LCD bonnet. Right now this is just a 20-inch LCD that you see up here, so you can see how small it is as compared to the whole size of the entire bonnet. You've got a lot of room in here to work with. Again, this whole thing lifts off, so it's really easy to set down and take off. You just need 2 people, 1 person on each side. And as you can see, my head height, I've got decent head height. My chair is about, I'd say, 16 inches off the floor. I could be a little bit taller. I'm 5'10", so if you're 6 feet, you'll be able to fit in here. If you're 6'2" or are taller, you're just going to have to lower your seat height a little bit, but you will be able to fit in it. What's also unique about this is this distance from where the door jamb is to the panel is the actual distance that you will find in a real Cessna 172. But what this also allows is I have a cross member that can go in here that's in the plans for you to mount on any sort of clip-on style yoke, like from CH Products or Saytech, as well as a clip-on throttle. Or, you know, if you're using Go Flight Avionics stuff, you could have their throttle unit mounted into the bottom panel like you would in a real Cessna. It would be right here. So that's pretty much it. You know, this is a great design. Again, I've designed this to be very much like a real aircraft. It's got a good dimension for your over-the-nose view, so you're not looking up at your monitors. They're out in front or even down a little bit where they should be. And again, it's got room for installing 5 monitors all the way around if you want to set up a complete panoramic view. And of course, again, it's a 2-seat unit for 2 pilots. So that's about it for the CS-1 design. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the air. Jeff, SimSamurai.net. Bye.